Go ahead.
Hello, everyone. We're here on the set of three legendary actors doing the ADR for The Devil Dogs of Kilo Company, which is written and directed by Bobby Easley. Now, we have Kane Hodder here, and I want you to tell our audience something about your background.
Well, I have been a stuntman for 38 years. The last 15 years of that, I've been mostly doing acting roles, mostly bad guys, but lately in the past few years been doing some other things, which is kind of nice, some comedy, and I like, and any actor will tell you they like to be challenged, and I have directors like Adam Green who challenges me in every film I do, so something that I never thought I'd do on film, and he has me do it, so it's great.
Well, I want to cover you're being bullied as a child. Now, you're telling us stories about it. It's hard to believe looking at you, so.
Well, yeah, I mean, I had my biography came out a couple of years ago called Unmasked, and I talk about everything in my life, which includes being bullied when I was like 10 and 11 years old, and when I say bullied, I mean severely bullied, beaten by kids I didn't even know. So I understand how people that are bullied feel and how difficult it is to get out of that situation. So I do a lot of, speaking engagements regarding that subject, and then I first year in the stunt business, I got burned doing a fire stunt. Mm-hmm. So I was in the hospital 5.5 months. So that's a whole big story into itself. And
well, can you tell us quickly how you got burned?
yeah, I mean, I was doing a fire stunt the way that we used to do them back then, and I had done it this way before, and that day it just didn't go the way I had planned, and I got burned about close to 50% of my body, mostly third degree, so there was a big recovery and hospital stay, and I was in a bad hospital at the beginning, so it's a whole story that people can't believe is actually true, because there were so many terrible things happened as a result of the care that was improper. So it makes for another aspect of the book that people really respond to. Plus, then you got the fun career stuff. So
okay, now what's the name of the book again, and where can we find it?
It's called Unmasked, and it's on any any outlet where you can buy books. It's also now an audio book in my voice. I just did that recently because I figured if it's a biography, that should be in the person's voice whose story it is. So I did that, and you can get it pretty much anywhere.
Okay, it sounds like a great book. I'm definitely going to get it. Now, you always wanted to be a stuntman, so tell us how you got into the business.
Well, I mean, it's a very tough business to get into. It's even harder to get into than acting, because there's no auditioning process with stunts. You cannot get hired until you prove yourself that you can do stunts, and so it's a terrible, long, arduous process to get into the stunt business, because it's a safety thing. Nobody's going to hire you to do a dangerous stunt unless they know you can do it. And how do you prove yourself if you can't get hired? So it's catch-22 situations, no auditioning like acting and stuff. So eventually I started doing stunts, and then down the line I started playing characters, and
Well, tell us about your iconic characters.
I played Otis in Devil's Reject. Oh wait, that was Mosley. That's right. That was a great line. He signs that on pictures, by the way. So I played Jason in the Friday the 13th films for quite a few years, in 4 consecutive films. The only person to play Jason more than once, so that's the whole, popularity there, I guess, whatever you want to call it. And then I played a character called Victor Crowley in the Hatchet films for Adam Green, another hideously deformed, psychotic murderer, which I seem to be pretty good at doing.
Okay. Okay.
I'll probably kill you before the interview's over, just so you know.
Okay. Okay. Now, everybody knows about those characters, but tell us what you've been doing lately.
Well, I mean, I've been doing comedy. I have a movie that I did with Bill called Almost Mercy, and it's a very dark drama with serious subject matter in it, and the only light comedic character in the movie is my character, really, I think. Even though he's kind of a jerk, he's like so lamely thinks he's, for lack of a better term, the shit. He's the ex-high star athlete of the school. Now he's teaching PE at the school, so he still thinks he's a big shot, and he's just embarrassingly lame. And it's a fun character to play. And then I did a thing called Urine Analysis, which is about a sober living house, and I played one half of an ambiguously gay couple. So that was fun.
When was this?
It's just becoming available to watch now. I don't think it's on many platforms yet, but it's very funny. A lot of funny characters and in the
Sounds like it. What's the name of it again?
Urine Analysis.
Okay, we definitely have to see that.
And then Bill has a movie coming out where he plays what he calls an amateur proctologist, and wants me to be in it, but I don't have any interest in that. Thanks, though. Appreciate it.
There's a great back end.
Okay. On that note. Okay, we're going to have all three of the stars of the film together later, but we're doing individual interviews now. Okay, so thank you, Kane.
Thank you very much.